Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is Friday. Nope, it is not Friday. It is not. It is Thursday, April 10th, and I'm going to talk about Beyond the Gates. Um, I watched it like an hour ago, so I'm trying to. I have my notes, of course, but I'm trying to remember if I liked it or not. I don't know. I generally don't dislike Beyond the Gates, but there are things here and there. My shiny. All right. Anyway, so we have Vernon and Anita. I don't remember what they was talking about. I just wrote their names down because we started with them. Dang, I really don't remember. I'm sorry. I'm off to a great start. Okay, I think I remember the rest. We have Samantha and Smitty. They did their divide and conquer thing where Terrell went upstairs with Martin and Samantha stayed downstairs with Smitty, telling him that she wanted to be a model. It was her passion. She finally, that's what she wants to do. That's what she's meant to do. Smitty was not. He wasn't into it at first, but I think that I think he was supportive if it wasn't for Martin. Meanwhile, Martin and Tyrell is upstairs, and Martin he always annoys me. He Tyrell was talking about himself and was like, sometimes you guys think we can't solve our own problems. And I feel like he was genuinely talking about himself and that Martin could have maybe got him to open up. But he was just like, well, about Samantha. I was like, damn, you don't even know what your son is going through too. Um, and then he runs downstairs eventually, and they have like a family meeting, and ultimately Martin says no, which is what everybody predicted. I wonder. I know it seems like this is like a revenge porn or like child pornography kind of story, which is I can see that, but I also wonder if it's gonna be like a mental health story. Tyrell looks sad, and granted, who wouldn't be sad in this situation? But I wonder how far the bullying is gonna go. Um, and I went to like the darkest place. Y'all don't blame me. I'm a writer, so I was just writing a story. I wouldn't want this to happen in real life, and these are characters, and I don't even want it to happen to the character. But as a writer, the story is appealing to me. What if Tyrell took his life? And then you have the fallout from that, from the whole everybody in the family wishing they would have known, seen the signs. Samantha blaming herself because she didn't speak up. Might even go to the kids at school who are actually doing the bullying. Maybe somebody could get charged. Maybe the person who took the picture and posted it could even be charged with there was a real life case where the girl she was like the girlfriend of a guy, and he ended up taking his life, and she was like part of the reason for it, and they charged her. I don't know, just a thought. It would be it would be a groundbreaking type of episode, and I don't know that Beyond the Gates has not type of episode, type of storyline. I don't Beyond the Gates hasn't really done that yet. They do fun stuff. They do like different lingo. They are different and modern and hip and cool and everything. But as far as like those gripping emotional stories that we know the soaps for, this could be their first one. Like think General Hospital with the AIDS story with Robin and Stone and the AIDS blanket and all of that. The reason we have the nurses ball every year. Um, Trying to think of one life to live for me. My big one life to live death was Megan. That's why I could never mess with Cassandra Pierce on General Hospital because I was like, that's Megan. But I grieve Megan like so hard. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's just a thought. What do y'all think? Would y'all? I know it's. I can't ask. Would you want to watch that story? Nobody will want to watch that story. But like, do you think it has merit? Like, and then it could be a mental health story about like, how they do like the PSAs. They could partner with the suicide number. I don't know. Now that it's in my head, I can't see it any other way. But I don't think this will be the thing where if that's what they do, I'll be like, I was right. I love being right, but I would more applaud the bravado. It's very brave to tell that type of story, and especially like your first year. All right, so we got Bill and Haley. I was like, why does she dress that way at that law firm? Like that skirt was so short. He wants to take her to lunch, and I mean, I was trying to make a joke that like they need to go out to eat so he can actually get some food because don't none be in them damn bags when she bring him over there. But I forgot to like think of a joke. And most of the time I can think of one fast, but I ain't think of one. So sorry, y'all just know I wanted to tell one. Usually that's what I do. I'll put a little note and be like, make a joke about, and then when I look down, I make the joke. But I got nothing this time. I know Haley was talking about, Bill was saying Haley was going to finally get respect she deserves. And Haley was like, nah, I'm going to get the respect that you get. He was like, baby steps, baby, baby steps. I was like, you can't be saying baby steps when she old enough to be your baby's age. That stops being sexy and starts being, Poor Danny. Oh, so then we had at the club, and of course Bill and Haley is walking in, and they was gleeful, smirking the whole time. But they, they let Danny go off the board because of her behavior. But when it went to a commercial, I was like, nah, y'all wanted all that money, or else you wouldn't have fired her. You would have done it immediately. And then, Danny pointed out too, and then later Vernon and Anita also pointed out. So I was glad to see that we all on the same page. That was fucked up what they did. If they thought her behavior was unbecoming, and maybe it was, but like, why you didn't do that shit like the next day? I did like that they said that the board voted, but can you have the type of vote without her there? I guess so, because she wasn't like the president of the board. I don't know. I'm tired. I'm sorry. And this, I didn't think I could hate Bill anymore, but watching how much pleasure he took into Danny's like downfall was disgusting. Like, it's one thing if what he said was true. He didn't choose to fall in love. I've been I've been cheated on. I've been a jaded woman. So I want to say fuck that. But at the same point, I've been on the other side where I've fallen in love with someone who fell in love with me when they were like fresh out of something else. And I could not hate Bill and Haley as much if it really seemed like they fell in love. But it doesn't feel like that. It feels like Haley was obsessed with Danny and wanted her life, and Bill just wanted some younger, somebody who could worship him and adore him in a way Danny couldn't, because she saw who he really is. Once you see a man for the shit when they ain't shit, they can't be with you no more because they need to be like worshipped and adored. I'm sorry to any man who may be offended by that. Y'all know I am jaded and bitter, so except when I'm sweet. Yeah, it was a lot of just the audacity of Bill and Haley to like even go over there and just watch it was annoying. All right, just said all this stuff. They waited till after the fashion show. Then Anita comes in, and Danny thought Anita knew. I was like, you don't think your mama will warn you, girl? But her mama did make her go to that wedding. But it was nice to see Anita pissed off when she got back to the house, boy. I was like, I know that walk, I know that look. Pacing around. Ooh, it's about to be some shit. And so they ended up firing Hannah, and I was so glad. And I was like, start your own charity. And then they started their own charity. I was like, yes. I just wish they would have like texted Danny right then and told her before they even told Hannah, so that Danny could have that self-esteem and confidence when Bill and Haley came over, because she hit it, but I know she hurt, and I don't know if she gonna leave and go home and get drunk, go to the bar, or she gonna hit up Andre. Andre is the lesser of all evils. I'd rather him a little bit and feel better, but I feel like she gonna crawl into a bottle. That's really hurtful, because she put so much into that fashion show, and she lost Bill, right? She lost her daughter. Now she done lost a job, and she had to be embarrassed in front of her ex-man, and who she just threw herself at like a couple of days ago. Danny should have brought up that kiss, but no, that wouldn't make her look like ladylike and classy. But Haley needs to know. Oh, that's just about all episode. I might have missed some, y'all. I'm sorry. But I did have oh, I forgot to mention Martin had went to Danny for advice, and it didn't make a difference because he still went home and told her no. As a mother of a teenager, a 17-year-old girl, no only take you so far. You can say no as a parent, you can put your foot down, but like they're gonna do what they want to do. I'm not saying you gotta agree with everything and approve of everything, but like you gotta be careful because you don't want to shut down that communication, and then you don't know what the hell is going on. So, but Martin's an asshole. The last thing I had is that they when Anita at the end, because Anita was still pissed, right? But they zoomed in on her like scowl on her face, and I was like, oh, that's classic soap opera shit right there. Like that took me back like 20 years ago, like the zoom in and the pause. Because I don't know that they really do that anymore. They might do like awkward faces, but not like somebody about to burn the shit down. That tickled me. All right, I feel like this was a pretty lackluster review, but I'm sorry about that, guys. I just tired, I guess. Plus, it's better when I do this right after I watch a show because I was doing like a million different things. I was trying to celebrate my coworkers, like, because I'm training, right? It's conditional. We'll see how this goes, but I wanted to celebrate my coworkers with some brownies, and people have food allergies, and one of my things I used to make all the time was vegan brownies. And I tried to make the brownies. Y'all, I forgot to put the baking powder in. It won't till at the end, and I was like, the texture won't right. I was like, this is not what I remember. Then I saw the container of baking powder on the counter. I was like, well, ain't that some shit? It was too late then. So maybe I'll make them on the weekend and take them to a Monday. All right, thank you guys for watching and putting up with me. I still have not responded to all the comments. I will. At this point, I might just need to make a separate video to just do comments and like do that on like Saturday. Or Sunday, maybe Sunday. Saturday, I got to go to a college thing with my daughter. I don't know, but we're gonna make it work. Just hang in there with me, guys, please, because I'm gonna have more free time once my baby going off to college. Then I'm gonna need y'all more than ever. So please stick with me. Or if you leave, come back. You can leave and then come back about by the fall. I'll still be here. All right, let me stop. Live long and prosper.